Danny Shaw, policing, crime and justice commentator, is with us, former advisor to the Home Office as well. Danny, afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Ian. Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year too. I mean, it was a slightly bizarre committee moment yesterday to have the whole head honchos of the police there as well, and MPs around the table, almost one by one, picking off holes in what they saw as a story where we weren't quite being told the complete truth. That seems to be at the base of all of this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit conflicted about it in some ways, Ian, because I think the police did have a difficult job. There's no doubt about that. This fixture, was always going to be contentious and difficult to police because of the background of the war in Gaza and the very strong community feelings that there were in the West Midlands and a reputation that Maccabi Tel Aviv had. There's no doubt about that. Police were in a difficult position about how to facilitate the match. But to actually ban away supporters, I remember when I heard about it at the time, and I was staggered because I couldn't remember that happening. No. I couldn't remember that happening because of police advice in the many years that I've been reporting on this, and indeed going to football matches myself. Usually it's, if away fans are banned, it comes from UEFA. And because the club or the fans have done something, so there had to be some really, really good intelligence, I think, for police to justify that.
Yeah.
And only now do we learn that there was some intelligence. There was some alarming intelligence, not about the Maccabi fans. I mean, we'll come to that in a minute, but about concerns that the local community would arm themselves according to high confidence intelligence, which in police speak means they had great confidence that this intel was reliable. But this is the first we've learned about it at the committee hearing yesterday. Yeah. But if you get that intelligence that local people are going to cause trouble to visiting fans, you don't ban the away fans.
No, and that seems curious. And, I would also add on to that, Danny, that there were, some community leaders in that area putting out videos beforehand, sort of saying, not suggesting they were going to kick off and create havoc, but there was a sort of a sense of some of these community leaders were saying, this is our territory, this is our place. And I was surprised that they sort of got a bit of a free pass. And as you rightly say, now we are learning there might have been more to those videos than we first thought.
Yeah, and because the initial sort of reporting of this was around what threat did Maccabi Tel Aviv pose.
Yeah.
There was one phone call between police commanders in Amsterdam where the Israeli club had played a game against Ajax Amsterdam a year previously, and there had been a lot of trouble not just involving football fans, but people in Amsterdam as well. There'd been one phone call between West Midlands Police and the Dutch police, it seems. That wasn't minuted, so there are no notes of that. It is disputed what the Dutch police told West Midlands Police. West Midlands Police sort of painted a really sort of dangerous picture of what had gone on. The Dutch police said, no, it wasn't quite like that. Then there was this Google search, because the police were looking to see what other games Maccabi Tel Aviv had played, and one officer who was doing the research Googled when was the last time Maccabi Tel Aviv played in the UK, and it came up, they played West Ham, and he put that in a report. Well, they never played West Ham. It was some erroneous search, probably AI generated, and yet it found its way into a police report. Now, that is the kind of thing that really undermines confidence in the police's capability and its ability to do their job, because actually some of the evidence, particularly that given by the Assistant Chief Constable Mike O'Hara, I thought was very good. I thought he was very convincing in the evidence that he gave. But then you get these other issues, the Google search, the failure to reveal this intelligence, the fact that they said they consulted Jewish groups and it appears that they hadn't before announcing the ban. So it does leave the Chief Constable in a precarious position.
I was going to say, is his job safe, Danny?
I think it's hanging by a thread at the moment. If you dismiss a Chief Constable, that's a very, very big step to take. It rarely happens. It only usually happens because of misconduct or some allegations, and there's an investigation going on into personal conduct or behaviour or something like that. Very rarely is it over something like this? So it's a big step to take. It's in the gift of the Police and Crime Commissioner, who's Simon Foster, a Labour PCC, or the Home Secretary could use her powers under the 1996 Police Act. That's very, very rarely used. I think what Shabana Mahmood will do is wait to see the outcome of a review that she set up by the watchdog, the policing watchdog, HMIC FRS. We'll wait to see what that comes up with before deciding whether or not she has to sort of pull the trigger on Craig Guilford, who's the Chief Constable.
Indeed. We will watch with interest. Danny, thank you very much indeed. Danny Shaw, policing and crime journalist and commentator. Thank you to him.